I think that you are dope.
It's the time you've all been waiting for. I know it. So this is my birth story. Kevin's coming along to give us a perspective of the partner, but it is my birth story. My body, my choice.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Correct. So, all right. We're going to start from the top. I'm going to also be long-winded, so buckle up, Buttercup. You're on for a ride. It's a pretty warning. I also can't really get comfortable, so we're going to just keep doing one of these switchy switch. All right. So, can you see me? Yes. Okay. Good to know. All right. So we're going to start from the top. Start from the jump, because I will get there. Out the jump, we figured out we were pregnant very early, actually very late April.
Late April, yeah.
We knew that the due date was very close to Christmas/New Year's. And I myself, as an A++ planner, first conversation I had with the doctor is how do we make sure that we don't have the baby on Christmas? We also want to make sure we have the baby this year, 2025.
Yeah.
Exactly, last year. Because of, United States, deductibles rule our lives and also ruin our lives. So how do we make all these things happen?
Also taxes.
Yeah, a little tax bump, break, bump, whatever. So we spoke about, your due date was the December 28th, so very valid. They could potentially be induced, etc., etc. We'll get there. All right, so along our way in our journey of the pregnancy, we knew we're getting closer. We want to start talking about the induction dates if we need to do that. So we had an appointment, starting December, we had our appointments every week. So you're there every week. First week of December, we met with a new doctor who actually was the doctor that delivered the baby and who is cutely sitting, taking a nap. Not sitting, he's laying.
He can't sit yet.
He can't sit yet, he is. Actually,
very soon,
to give us some timeline, he is, are we still rolling? Because now I can't see us.
2 weeks old.
2 weeks old, yeah. So we're 2 weeks PP postpartum. So, first week of December, fine, great, nothing's really happening. Second week of December, we meet with our main doctor, like, all right, let's get us in the queue. We know a lot of other couples or individuals, whoever, want to also, have the same thought as we do. So, we put a request in to be induced on our due date, which is the 28th. And also, there's a lot of blackout dates. Most holidays are blackout dates. We have Christmas Eve.
Saturdays?
And Saturdays are blackout days. Fridays, Saturdays are blackout days. So there's a lot of blackout days around the due date, since the due date was a Sunday. All the Sundays are available, so we put a request in to have that Sunday. We did not get a spot because they were too busy, which is crazy. So then we got a spot for the 31st, right? Mm-hmm. 31st. Getting closer to Christmas, I'm like, I really didn't want to go past my due date.
No, then the 30th. The induction date was the 30th.
But we switched it.
We got induced on the 29th.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He is right. So we wanted the 28th. We had an appointment for the 30th.
Yep.
We get closer to the date. I'm like, I really didn't want to go past 40 weeks. At that point, we ended up delivering at 40 plus 2, which is 40 weeks and 2 days. And he was a really good size for our 35-week scan. I didn't want to go too overbaked and overcooked. There's a complication that could come with that as well. And the size that, like I said, that was the doctor's like, this is really a perfect size to deliver, whatever. So that was kind of our goal. So the week comes about, the week of the 22nd adjacently, whatever that Monday is. We go in, we actually do something called a membrane sweep, which is, words are disgusting anyway. It's an easy way for potentially to help to start natural labor. I thought it was fine. It took 15 seconds. Everyone has their own journey with that, etc. I thought I was, having some early signs of labor during that week. They actually quieted it down. That was a Tuesday. They quieted it down by Thursday, Friday, which I think was Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, etc.
Yeah.
So our due date comes, which is the 28th, but now we're still going to the hospital on the 30th. I wake up the morning of the 29th. Kevin ended up sleeping in the other room. Long story, whatever. And I woke up like 6 in the morning that morning for whatever reason, and I get an email being like, your induction date is today, the 29th. I'm like, oh my God. So like, we're just like, we're moving the target, we're packed, but it's just the conversation of like, when we going, a lot of whatever.
It was
So
like it was like a hurry up and wait.
yeah, the whole thing was trying to be wait. It also was between Christmas and New Year. Christmas and the 29th, it was like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
It was like, we clean, we go into Labor Night. We clean again, we go into Labor Night. We don't know. It was really weird. So, I get the call at like 9 to confirm we're coming in 7:30. So that's the buildup. That to me was important because it was kind of like, I would say like anxiety inducing, whatever. So we have our last meal. We have that recorded on the previous blog, what we ate, etc. So we go there with me in Englewood, New Jersey, which is about 45 minutes, no traffic drive from here, straight north. We get there a little early, and so here comes my birth journey. It's going to be a long-winded, very fast conversation. We get there at 7:30. We check into the front desk. We go up to the floor for labor and delivery, and the mommy and me floor is like obviously the same side. And we wait, I don't know, 4.5 minutes, and we're in the back. We're in the room, very lovely, spacious room. That's also on the previous vlog, if you want to see kind of what that room looks like. And then we're off to the races. Wasn't ready, didn't understand what was going on, all really crazy. So they're like, get you in the gown, they get the IV on like my IV arm. I never had an IV. I mean, I had an IV when I had surgery 1,000 years ago, still can't get comfortable. But lock the leg in, that's much better. I told you to be long-winded. So we get going. So all the nurses are great, etc., whatever. So we're waiting for the doctor. Okay, like what happens next? Like how does this shit start? How do we pop off? So the doctor comes in and she's like, okay, you didn't make it to the progress since since Tuesday, and at this day, what day of the week was this? Monday.
This was a Monday, yeah.
Monday, yeah, because he's born on a Tuesday, and so was I. Okay. And so this is Monday, so almost a week. And I made a little bit of progress from where I was on Tuesday. So, all right, we'll start with this. Now I forget the name of the pill. Clemaxin. Someone medically, please write in the caption if that is pronounced correctly. Anyway, it is a uterus thinning or cervix thinning pill that I'm going to take for every 4 hours throughout the night. I started the first pill at 8:45 p.m. So I got there at 7:30 to like, hi, I'm here in my coat. 7:45, I'm taking a pill. Like, we're locked. The team is moving. I'm like, okay, cool. So the plan was I take a pill, 3 to 4 doses throughout the night. We wake up, they check the cervix and see where we are, and then I would start a low dose on Pitocin and, see how the progression goes throughout the morning / day / early evening. At that point, like I said, the doctor probably came in like 8 p.m. and I'm like, I know this is an annoying question and you probably get it all the time. When do you think the baby will be here? And she said by 8:10. So my parents are about 2.5 hours away. Kevin's family is about an hour-ish away. So I just want to give everyone a guiding light of like what's the next 15 to 24 hours of your life looks like. So the doctor's like, well, from where you are now and what the plan is, I would love to deliver the baby before the end of my shift tomorrow, and that'll be 7 p.m. So say between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. I'm like, okay, cool. That's nearly 24 hours. If you are induced, they want to get you out of that space within 24 hours regardless. So that's kind of very normal protocol. I'm like, okay, cool. Kevin texts the fam about like what's going to go on, what's the tea, what's the timeline. We move on. So I take the first pill at 8:45 p.m. Nothing's really happening. We took some pic, we took some bids, whatever. I'm on the phone with Mr. Robert, and I think the time was like 10:30 and 11:45. I'm already have like light contractions. So, like, I'm hooked up to the monitors, etc. And they're like, yeah, you're having some light contractions. I'm like, oh, not really feeling much. Towards the end, getting closer to 11:45, I'm feeling contractions. I'm talking to Tom on the phone, talking through them, no big deal, whatever. I take my second dose at, 11:45? That's 4 hours, right?
Yep.
No, 12:45. So I try to rest a little bit, able to sleep, take my next one at 12:45, from between 12:45 and 2:45. Why is my math wrong? 12:45 and 4:45. That's when shit gets real. So the contractions are contractioning. I myself was mentally planning on sleeping fine, thinking this pill's not gonna do much. And that's kind of what we talked about. I'll be able to sleep this tonight, and then tomorrow's kind of like, we're like starting the marathon continues tomorrow. And that's not really what happened. So
Not at all.
she comes in, I page her, I'm like, yeah, I'm like having a lot of contractions. Like these are like scale from 1 to 5 or maybe even 0 to 10. I'm like a 4, 6, depending on the contraction. But I did not want to opt for the epidural yet because I felt very anxious about not being able to walk from 1 a.m. to 10 p.m. the next day. I am someone that has to move. I will literally lose my mind. So I'm like, okay, I will labor through this. It's kind of okay. I can tolerate it from now, etc. She was like, okay, cool, great. And I was offered no other additional medications besides kind of labor naturally or epidural. I don't know if there's any extra options. I'm a medical professional, but that's what I was told at the time. So I get the 4:45 dose, and this is where shit goes from like we're cruising along on a Sunday drive, kind of hitting some bumps, the weather's getting weird, to a full-blown typhoon. I guess literally because my water did break, so that's freakishly similar. Kevin's sleeping. I'm kind of giving him some updates, but like at this point, like it's 4:45 in the morning. I get the third dose. This is when, like I said, the typhoon comes. From 4:45 to 5:10, I am not okay. At 5:10 a.m., my water breaks. And I'm just laying there like, the fuck just happened? Because this is, once again, this was not the plan that we spoke about. AKA plan, LOL, hilarious. I'm just thinking about that's really funny. So I'm like, don't know. And it also feels like someone has curb stomped my uterus. Like so abrasive, so aggressive, and just like, holy shit. So I yell for Kevin, I page the nurse. I literally about to vomit and shit my brains out all at the same time. I'm spitting in a bucket, do I poop? I don't know. It is just nutty. It went from not great, could maybe kind of shut my eyes in between them. They weren't so close to each other, to holy shit, this is really happening. So that was at 5:10. I'm like, call the team, get the team, give me the drugs. So, this is where it gets really crazy. So from 5:10 adjacently to about 7:20, 7:10, he's watching football behind the screen. I don't want to watch. Yeah. Shit, that's a no-go. Buffalo Bills. That's an angle. That is an angle. Sorry for the intermish.
I don't know how he got to walk that off.
Oh, he walked that off? Forget about it. Oh, I mean, he's not really walking, but that's terrible. Anyway, back to me. I am laboring for 2 hours at like a 20 out of 10. I am not okay. Kevin is pacing. I am also holding on to what I should have at this table besides my delicious Focus, which I've locked back in. I haven't had those since 2018. I have a laboring comb. I think that's what it's called. It's literally just a wooden comb that you kind of put the prongs into your hand. If you have got Botox injectables, they give you a little squishy ball, a little like vibrating gold thing that doesn't really do anything. This I am gripping on to the life of Jesus himself, the claws of God, because I am sitting on fire coals. From my mid-back to down to past my knees. I feel like I am being torched on fire. The bitch is in Salem getting roasted like the witch that she is, because I am not okay. So I had to get, even though I requested the epidural, I did not have the fluids yet because I didn't want the epidural so early because I think we're going to labor until like the next day. So I had to get a bag of fluid, which was about 45 minutes. Then we put the request in for the epidural, and he's with somebody else. So I'm just not okay. I'm making Kevin count down how quick my contractions are. He was clocking the contractions. It went from like...
Because we ain't trust the machine.
Correct. Because I don't trust nothing. It went from like 2 minutes to 1:40 to 1:20 to like 1:15, like all pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And the machine just like... the little piece of paper, all crazy. And I am not okay. I am pale. I am sweating. I'm not okay. The team comes into the epidural. They have Kevin leave.
Yeah, this was an odd part.
So I'm going to pause here and give Kevin a 30 seconds of time for you to, I will clock you because this is my story, about what was your experience up until having lived with a girl?
I mean, so everything was happening super fast. So like the experience was just like, all right, be calm because shit's happening, shit's going crazy. So I just was really calm, but also like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, on the surface, super calm though. I was there, doing all the things, whatever Carissa asked.
It's all about you, Bubba.
And then when they asked me to leave for the epidural, I asked the anesthesiologist like, why? What am I leaving for? Because I didn't know that.
We also didn't go over any of this. Like we didn't go through my birth plan really because it wasn't supposed to happen now.
Until the next day, yeah. So I didn't know that they asked you to leave. I guess because people pass out when they get the epidural because it's a big needle or whatever. So I didn't know that part. So I kind of gave him a little bit of pushback, but that's natural. And then I was like, okay.
You didn't want to go John Q too early. We were talking about this. You can't default go to John Q.
That was my.
And that's Plan B. Plan A is just understand, level set with the medical professionals.
So yeah, so they explained it a little better. So I was like, okay, so yeah, it'll just be 20 minutes. So I went downstairs, got a coffee and breakfast sandwich because I literally couldn't do anything.
I get it. I go to the same. I was
coffee,
annoyed, but then I understood.
She had bacon and cheese that the hospital was hidden. So as I'm literally about to sit down and eat this, Carissa texts me, which I'm like, yo, she was just in wild pain.
They gave me the phone, like
she texted me, come back. I'm like, oh, that shit must have worked really fast. Because she texted me, come back. So, I go upstairs, and I'm literally eating bacon, egg, and cheese in the corner so she can't see it.
I didn't know you even had it.
Yeah, because I didn't want it, whatever. She's literally pushing, and she wasn't pushing yet, but I'm eating bacon, egg, and cheese while she's getting, we're prepped to start pushing. But yeah, from a partner's perspective, I think that,
this was not 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think it was very, very, very key for me to be, the natural calm person that I am. I think I'm calm until I'm not. And
yes.
So I was really calm. And I think that was, the energy that was needed. And I also was the DJ.
Yes.
Great playlist. Got hella compliments on our playlist.
Correct. So we'll get into we'll do a little pretend Q&A. Not like anyone asking questions, but you don't know this is coming. About what we did, some prep stuff. So okay, epidural comes in. The guy. So it's the nurse. I'm on the bed. My little feet are over it, and he goes. I'll never forget. Pull your belly like a cooked shrimp. So I'm all hunched over this little lady. I am also at this point. I'm just dripping. Came through dripping. Drip. A little hunched over. I'm in so much pain. I didn't feel that epidural. I felt the numbing pinch for not barely even a rubber band pinch because I'm in so much horrific pain. Okay, we do that. Now the team's getting their stuff together. We know the epidural is here. One of the nurses come in, checks my dilation let me get a time check here. 8:15, I was 1.5 centimeters. This is now 5 in the morning. So this is between 8 p.m. to 5 in the morning. I went from 1.5 to now I'm 9.
Yes.
Which theoretically is way past when you normally get epidural. Because they don't want you to flinch because your girl could have literally been paralyzed. But I took the natural laboring. I don't know. Also, everyone who's had a natural birth, you get double stars, but this shit's fucking unreal. And I did not push naturally, so I have no idea. I have no words for what you've gone through. So everyone is shocked to the core, including myself and Kevin. Kevin's texting the family hey, her water broke, to we are pushing, the baby's coming within very quick amount of time. So that's obviously crazy. So then I'm wait everyone, the epidural's not working. We can't go and push because that's not my personal journey for myself. So they're let's call the epidural, the anesthesiologist for another top off. I need the top off, stat, hit the vein, let's tap in, let's get that fentanyl, which is instant, that's what they give you.
That's crazy.
I don't even want to talk, that's insane. The shit was good, but it was insane. So, long story, everyone's scattered. Everyone's getting their little hair masks on, getting their rolly carts, getting the ensembles, because no one's ready. I thought we're cooling, chilling in. I thought maybe 5 or 6. No, she's 9. he could feel his giant head of hair, which is 3 antacids a day level of hair. So yeah, so after we went, I got the top off. We started pushing after the top off hit. I went from totally unwell to completely numb, and now we're losing heart rate for the baby. I have the thing on, and I'm getting thrown to the left, to the center, to the right, and I am trying to like dead weight myself to pull, and I feel like I went from like what I weigh to like my 6,000 pound life, and I am just an orca whale flipping, flapping on the sea. There's no water in sight. So I'm trying to push this side, and I'm like, this doesn't seem normal, this doesn't seem normal, what is going on? And also I know I have some friends that have gone through hours of labor, even though mine was like relatively fast, and then having to get a C-section. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't want this to be my journey. Obviously it has to be, but like that's not really what I wanted. So we found the heart rate, we start pushing, we go through, we're trying to like ride the wave of the contractions. They're now coming in slower, but I don't know if it's normal or not. I have no idea. And then I pushed for 35 minutes, which was great. And then like at the end, we did have to use a vacuum because his shoulders kept getting stuck. She'd have to cut me a level 2 tear, which is, I'm like, just whatever you have to do, just do it. Don't talk about it, just continue the process. But I'm not gonna continue. I'm gonna be done. I will finish this right now. I'm like, we're gonna go, we're gonna finish, we're done with this. Okay. He came out, Kevin has a song, we're talking about what song I wanted, the pushing time. Kevin put on Breathe, that's the song I wanted, very good job. And then he was out, and then they throw him on you.
That's the most primal shit I've ever seen.
He is blue, covered in goo.
Blue and gooey.
Very
they just
cute.
toss him on the mom. Like,
and I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
It's just, the whole thing is crazy. But yeah, his broad back shoulders got stuck because I knew he needed a moment to glorify his broad shoulders. But yes, they did say that a lot of baby boys get stuck because they're annoying and boys and men and typical. And yeah, that is my birth journey. But luckily, long story long, very long, what are we at, 24 minutes or 22 minutes. He was very healthy, even though we were just trying to, he also was probably moving, couldn't get the heart rate right. But there was no issues, completely perfect. I am as good as you can be expected to have. We're just like mentally traumatized and physically traumatized, but it's okay, that's my crazy story. But yeah, so instead of being delivered at between 7 and 10 p.m., he was delivered at 8:25 a.m. on the 30th. Yep. So yeah, it was just crazy. That's the birth story. And you're only in the labor and delivery section for like an hour afterwards. You get stitched up, and they give him a little wash, and you're just horrifically bleeding down there. That was cute. And then you get wheeled on over the other wing. It's just like, the whole thing is very crazy. Like the move from bed to bed, that was crazy. I was like, I have been topped off, and also the epidural hit. Then I got the top off of the fat. Then I went to labor, and then we're done.
The fat is crazy.
So like that was from when I got the extra top off to delivery was like 40 minutes. So at the time of me being done, I am so numb. And they're like, oh, let's move beds. I'm like, I am trying to do a legitimately bridge with my legs, like back, knees to the ceiling, trying to lift my ass up with actual no feeling of my leg. Like, oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, thanks. Because I can't feel me legs.
You was Lieutenant Dan.
I was Lieutenant Dan. I ain't got no legs. It was just crazy. Yeah, and then that day is just crazy. I didn't sleep. And then there's a baby in a bassinet next to me. What do I do now? Unsure. So yeah, that's my birth journey. I don't know if I have to continue the more details. Not a lot of other details. That's the details. And then we had Christmas, New Year's Eve the next day. So that was a fun thing, and I always remember that. And yeah, well, we hit the 25-minute mark. Thank you. I told you it would be a long haul, but the details are detailing.
Details matter.
Everything, yes, the details are always important. And that's it, really. That's all. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, man. Carissa is a fucking superhero. You're amazing. So it was great.
He is. He is.
She's really, really insanely great. So that's all I gotta say. Cheers.